Sir, what exactly is missing?
What is 5,000 naira short?
Sir, maybe you miscounted?
Inside the shop, only Ikenna remained. The air felt heavy. Chief adjusted his shirt and straightened his shoulders, breathing hard. He turned slowly to Ikenna. Let this be a lesson. Ikenna nodded quietly. But as he stood there, watching the closed door, he felt something deeper than fear. He felt the weight of choices. Outside, Tunde and China walked into the night with anger and regret battling inside them. Inside, Chief returned to his safe and counted his money again. Everything balanced now. But something else had shifted. Trust. And once trust cracks, even iron safes cannot protect what is about to break next. After Tunde and Chima were thrown out, the shop changed. Not physically. The television still blinked. The generator still rumbled outside during demonstrations. The signboard still read boldly, Okafor Electronics, quality you can trust. But inside, silence. The kind of silence that exposes everything. No more whispered jokes behind the counter. No more arguments over who would sweep. No more stomachs growling in harmony. Just Ikenna and Chief. The first week was brutal.
Ikenna, carry that generator.
Yes, sir.
Attend to that woman.
Yes, sir.
Ikenna, why are you standing like NEPA pole? Move!
Yes, sir.
He opened the shop before sunrise, sweeping dust from the entrance while traders were still yawning. He arranged televisions, tested remotes, wiped fingerprints from glass shells. At night, when the market closed and the noise faded, he would still be there, balancing accounts under a flickering bulb while Chief counted money behind his bedroom door. Sales dropped. Customers noticed the absence of the other boys. Where are those two? Someone asked. They left, Chief replied sharply. Business slowed. Without realizing it, Chief had removed not just thieves, but manpower. And manpower is profit. But something interesting began to happen. Customers started asking, where is that quiet boy? The tall one. The one that explains things patiently. I want him to attend to me. That quiet boy was Ikenna. He didn't shout like Chief. He didn't exaggerate. When a television had a flaw, he mentioned it. When a cheaper option was better, he said so. Customer satisfaction is long-term profit, Ikenna once said softly. Chief scoffed. Profit is profit. But customers returned and brought friends. Gradually, the shop regained movement. Not because of Chief's loud marketing, but because of Ikenna's quiet integrity. Years passed. Ikenna matured. His shoulders broadened. His voice grew steadier. He could now handle difficult customers with calm confidence. According to tradition, his apprenticeship period was complete. Settlement time. In Igbo business culture, settlement is not charity, it is honor. A master supports his apprentice to start his own shop, proof of successful training. One evening after closing, Ikenna stood respectfully.
Sir, my time is complete.
I know.
I am grateful for the training. It is time for my settlement.
Chief's jaw tightened slightly. Settlement meant money. It also meant something more dangerous. Competition. He had watched customers smile at Ikenna, watched them greet him first, watched them say things like, if this boy opens his own shop, he will go far. The words replayed in his mind like an insult. He began to imagine it. Ikenna opening a store nearby, customers shifting loyalty, profits shrinking. Jealousy entered quietly. It never knocks loudly. It whispers. He will outshine you. He will replace you. He will become bigger than you. Chief smiled outwardly. We will discuss it, he said. But inside, something darker was forming. 2 nights later, when the market slept, Chief Okafor returned to the shop. He unlocked the door quietly, removed several expensive smartphones from the display shelf, looked around, then carried them to his car. He opened the trunk, placed them inside, closed it slowly. The plan was simple. If Ikenna was disgraced, there would be no competition, no settlement needed. Problem solved. The next morning, "Thief!" Chief Okafor's voice shattered the market air. Customers turned, traders peeped through. "Phones are missing," he shouted dramatically. "Expensive phones!" Before confusion could settle, police officers entered the shop. Chief pointed at Ikenna. "It is him." The world seemed to tilt. "Me?" Ikenna asked quietly. "You are the only one here. You think I don't know your plan? You want capital by force?" The words hit like slaps. "I have never touched what is not mine," Ikenna said calmly. But calm does not always stop handcuffs. Metal clicked around his wrists. Customers watched in shock. Some whispered, some doubted, some remained silent. He was led away. News traveled faster than vehicles in Nigeria. By evening, it had reached his village. His father, a retired school teacher known for his integrity, did not shout. He did not panic. He packed a small bag, boarded a night bus, arrived at the station the next morning with documents of Ikenna's apprenticeship agreement, character references, and 2 neighboring shop owners who knew the boy's habits. But the strongest evidence was something unexpected: CCTV footage. A camera from a nearby store had captured the late-night movement. They played the video. There was Chief Okafor, clear as daylight, removing phones, walking to his car, opening the trunk, hiding them. Silence filled the station. One officer replayed it, then replayed it again. Finally, he turned slowly towards Chief. "Sir, you are under arrest." For the first time in years, Chief had no speech, no thunder, no shouting. Just handcuffs. The same cold metal he had arranged for another. Hours later, Ikenna stepped out of the station, free. Not angry, not shouting, just quiet. His father placed a small hand on his shoulder. "Truth does not panic," the old man said softly. Behind them, Chief Okafor was led inside. The market would know. And when markets know, they do not forget. What Chief Okafor planned as protection became destruction. What he intended as disgrace became exposure. And the settlement he tried to avoid, it was coming. Just not the way he expected. Days later, something unexpected happened. Customers boycotted Chief's shop. Word spread quickly across the market. No one wanted to buy from a man who framed his own apprentice. Within months, his once busy electronics store became almost empty. Meanwhile, traders who admired Ikenna's honesty gathered contributions and helped him start a small electronics kiosk of his own, just 2 streets away. They named it Settlement Electronics. On the day Ikenna opened his shop, the first customer who walked in was Tunde, the former thief, now changed and looking for honest work. Ikenna smiled and handed him a sales book. Because sometimes true settlement is not money, it is justice. And sometimes the person you try to bury becomes the seed that grows beyond you. The bell above the small glass door rang softly as Tunde stepped inside Settlement Electronics. He looked thinner, older. Life had clearly disciplined him. He said, "I heard what happened," quietly. "I came to say sorry and to ask for work. I am tired of running." Ikenna studied his face for a long moment. He remembered the nights of hunger, the insults, the fear, the betrayal. But he also remembered something else. Mercy. Ikenna said, "You will not touch 1 naira that is not yours." Tunde replied, I swear. And just like that, a second chance was given. Business grew steadily. Unlike Chief Ofako's old shop, Settlement Electronics operated differently. Workers ate together. Accounts were transparent. Profits were discussed openly. He cannot believe that loyalty grows where fairness lives. One afternoon, a familiar figure appeared at the entrance, Chima. He stood awkwardly, cap in hand. I heard you are doing well, he muttered. I just came to see if it's true. Ikena answered calmly. It's true, but it didn't happen overnight. Chima's eyes dropped. Since we were chased out, life has not been easy. Nobody trusts us. Ikena nodded slowly. Trust is expensive. Once broken, it cost years to rebuild. Silence filled the shop. Finally, Ikena said, You can't work here, not yet, but I can help you find honest work somewhere else. Prove yourself first. Chima agreed. Meanwhile, Chief Ofako's troubles worsened. After his arrest, even though he later secured bail, his reputation never recovered. Suppliers demanded upfront payments. Customers avoided him. His once busy store in Lagos now gathered dust. One evening, as rain poured heavily, Chief stood outside his nearly empty shop and watched customers trooping into Settlement Electronics across the street. The signboard glowed brightly in the rain. He felt something he had never truly felt before. Regret. Not for the lost money, but for the lost loyalty. Weeks later, something unexpected happened again. Chief Ofako fell seriously ill. Stress and high blood pressure finally caught up with him. Rumors spread across the market. Ikena heard the news while arranging new stock. Tunde looked at him carefully. Are you going to visit him? Ikena paused. The man had framed him, sent him to jail, tried to destroy his future. Yet, without that suffering, would he have learned resilience? Would the market have seen the truth? Would Settlement Electronics even exist? That evening, Ikena walked into the hospital ward. Chief Ofako looked smaller on the hospital bed, weaker. Pride had drained from his face. Chief whispered, You? Ikena
Yes, sir.
said, Yes, sir. There was no anger in Ikena's voice, no mockery, only calm strength. After a long silence, Chief spoke.
Because he was right.
I was afraid of
Ikena.
you. Ikena blinked. You were becoming better than me, the old man continued. Instead of being proud, I became jealous. Tears formed in his tired eyes. For what I did, forgive me. Ikena did not answer immediately. Instead, he brought out an envelope and placed it on the bedside. What is this? Chief asked. Ikena said, Settlement. Chief frowned in confusion. It contains enough money to clear part of your medical bills, Ikena explained. You once promised to settle me, but chose another path. Today, I settle you with peace. Chief's hands trembled. You are not normal, he whispered. Ikena smiled slightly. No, sir. I just chose not to become like you. Months later, Chief Ofako sold his shop quietly and left the market. No noise, no announcement. Settlement Electronics expanded into 2 shops. Tunde proved faithful and was eventually given his own branch to manage. Chima rebuilt his name elsewhere and returned years later, not as a thief, but as a supplier. And the biggest twist of all, the story of the wicked master who framed his apprentice became the reason customers trusted Ikena even more. What was meant to destroy him became his greatest advertisement. Because in life, real settlement is not revenge. It is rising so high that even your enemies must respect you. He was robbed of his sweat, betrayed by those he served, and left with nothing. But he never lost himself.
I hope you enjoyed the story. And please subscribe to Tales by MSK for more captivating stories.